welcome to episode 2 of Vlogmas. This one's titled A Crafty Christmas because today we are doing 3 craft projects that I've been working on for the past 3 days. So I've got 2 wreaths and like a little tree, I guess. The first, one of the wreaths is the bauble wreath, which is finished right here. It looks like this. Gorgeous, right? So I did this bauble wreath. I made this kind of like felt Christmas wreath, and then I made these adorable felt trees. So this video is going to be how I made these trees and those 2 wreaths. Get excited. So it's gonna be the last and like I said, I've been working on this for the last 3 days. So get your felt, your hot glue gun, and some scissors, and let's have some Christmas fun. Yes, hello. Good morning. It is December 3rd of whatever this is called, Vlogmas, I guess. We'll see. I am really tired. I went to bed past midnight last night because I was trying to get yesterday's vlog up, and I stayed up way too late. So if I'm looking a little bit haggard and a little extra busted today, it's because I stayed up way too late last night. And today I am going to start working on my bauble wreath. When we last left our viewers, I had just purchased all of the baubles I needed for this bauble wreath that I want to do right here. I have the baubles, I have the wreath, and so let's get started. So here is the ring that I bought yesterday, and then I'm gonna cover it up with some red felt. And so I've got my hot glue gun here, and I'm just gonna wrap up the wreath with the felt. So when I place my baubles, I'm gonna have like the matching finish, same finishes across the wreath. So hopefully none of the finishes are gonna be touching, but we shall see. So the idea is you just wanna place your baubles where you get a good feel of where they're gonna go. And then hopefully I will have it so that no same finishes are gonna be touching each other, but we will find out. So there's my bottom base. I'm gonna just hot glue, put a little bit of hot glue on there. I've seen some people take these things off. I don't know if I'm gonna bother with that. I don't really mind that being on there. On these glitter ones, it's actually really, really hard to take off these little toppers. So I'm just gonna leave them on. I figure so long as you're consistent, either leaving them on or taking them off, it's gonna be fine. So I'm gonna hot glue them down and then I'll show you afterwards. So there's the first round. I think I could have been a little bit better at spacing everything out, but I don't know. So I'm gonna go through a second round and do the second layer up here and see how that goes. So since I had some spacing issues with my first layer, the second layer that I was going through, the ones that were going right here were sagging super low. They were almost on the same level as these ones. So to lift them up a little bit, I threw in a little baby bauble down there just to kind of give it a little bit of an oomph. I only needed to do that just in those areas just because I had gotten the spacing wrong. But for the most part, you just do the first layer and then you stick the second layer just right on top. And normally if you have it spaced out correctly, you don't need to worry about doing these little risers in the back, but because my spacing was off, I needed those in there to help kind of make all of the baubles on the second level look more uniform. So let's go. It's going a lot faster than I thought it would, and it's a lot easier than I thought it would. So now we're gonna figure out the spacing for row number 3. I gotta go pick up Milo from school, but this is what I have so far. I think it looks really good. I think it's looking great. I am coming into some issues though, because I have run completely out of the frosted red balls. So I hope it's gonna look okay. I've got tons of the shiny and glittery ones, but these frosted ones, I'm all out. So it's gonna be interesting, but that's it so far. But now I gotta go get Milo. So let's put a pin in it and we'll come back. It's update time. What have I done? Lots of things. So I had to bench the ornament wreath because I ran out of baubles. Yeah, I just hot glued all the baubles that I had, but there's still spots that are open that I need big baubles for. So I'm gonna have to go back to Target and buy more baubles. I think the wreath base that I had is much bigger than the ones I've seen on the YouTube tutorials, because I got as many baubles as they had used in their tutorials, but apparently I need more. That has been benched. I have finished another wreath because I'm just in the mood to make some wreaths. And I think this one turned out really, really good. So let me show you. So this is the second wreath that I have started / kind of finished. So this is a stick wreath that I had left over from actually like my wedding reception open house thing that I did. So this year we've got some felt leaves that I cut out of just your basic craft felt that you can find at Joann's. I think I used 3 of those little sheets, and I cut out some little leaf segments and then just kind of glued them on in sort of leaf-like patterns. And then when I was at Walmart the other day trying to find baubles, they had these like little miniature trees that you use for like Santa villages or like the Christmas villages for like under $1. So I bought one of each. And I put them in the middle there because I had seen this wreath on Pinterest. I didn't have a bunch of moss that I could stuff in the sticks, and so I thought, well, let's use felt instead. That wreath is gonna go right here. I'm gonna take down all of our pictures, put the wreath up, and then last year I made tons of these wooden snowflakes or stars. I actually have a tutorial video for this that I will link down below, and it's one of my first videos that I ever made. And so I will link that down below, but these are made out of like popsicle sticks and like wooden shapes that you can find at Michael's and Joann's, and I made like all these different sizes. So these will be put like all around the wreath, and then I'm gonna get a poinsettia to put on the bookshelf. So I'm gonna do that right now because I'm having lots of fun. So I finished. Took down all the pictures, put up the wreath, and put up the snowflakes, and I think it looks really good. So it is like 7:30 at night, and I have finally come home after a 3rd trip to Target. How is this possible? I went to Target 3 times today. First, Milo's preschool is going to be doing gingerbread cookies, gingerbread man cookie decorating, and so I had to go to get supplies for that so I could drop them off at school when I went to go pick up Milo. And then since I was working on my wreath, I ran out of hot glue sticks. So after school, I picked up Milo, we went back to Target to pick up hot glue sticks. And then as I was working on my wreath, as you saw before, I ran out of baubles. So I couldn't finish it. So I went back to Target just now to get more baubles. I'm gonna try to finish this wreath tonight. I've got more baubles. I have a couple of extra of the small ones that I've already purchased, so I'm gonna get to work. All done. I'm trying to pick it up. I'll just show you how down here. All down here. I think it looks great, right? It looks amazing. It looks so good. So good. I have this like copper wire that I'm gonna put on there, and yeah, gonna put that on there, and then I'm gonna go run upstairs and put it on the door because I'm super excited. I know it's gonna be dark and you probably won't be able to see it, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I'm super excited to like see how it looks. I got it all done. Let's go try. I'm so excited. I hope it works. I hope it looks gorgeous. Here we go. You see it? Looks really good. But here comes the true test. If I can close the door. I didn't think about that. I might not be able to close the door because it might bump into the door, but we'll see. Chips, move out of the way. Yeah, it fits. Totally fits. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the next craft, which is making trees. The guinea pigs are squeaking. The natives are restless. Okay, so it's the next morning, and I wanted to show you guys how I made these trees because I am so pumped. I think they turned out super, super cute, and I absolutely adore them. I found these on Pinterest. I think it was like an Etsy thing, but you actually can't buy them anymore. But I thought I could make those. Those are easy. That's nothing. I was experimenting last night. I was getting things ready, and I think they turned out super cute, and they look adorable on the piano. I do want to show you how I made them because I think they turned out so well. So yeah, I'll just show you right now. So the way I did these is I got these cones from Michael's, and they came in like 2 sizes. They have this size, and then they have like the larger size. And then I went and I bought this like foam one a couple of days ago, which you saw, you were there. So I wanted to vary up some of the heights on some of these, and so I found these. I bought these last year. These are like cones that they had at the dollar store, but they're very similar in height to these ones that I bought at Michael's. And so I thought, well, if I stack them like this, then I can get a 3rd size just to make things more dynamic. So the way I made this is you just take the foam one that you get from the dollar store, and then you hot glue the Michael's one on top. And then you let that cool, and now I have a 3rd size. So I have like the small, I have like the small size, and then I have this size, and then I have the larger size. So to actually construct the trees, all you need is felt. I have this like, you know, holiday Christmas green, and then I have tons of these, like, it's like a Kelly green, I guess. So I took these two colors and then I cut them up into like trapezoid shapes. So they're kind of like, they look like this. And the easiest way to do that, so you cut off a 2-inch wide strip, just kind of cut trapezoids into it like this. So you just kind of cut there, cut like these long trapezoids. You can make them thinner, you can make them thicker, you can make a really harsh angle or subtle angles, make them really fat at the bottom or really, really narrow, and just kind of cut them in different shapes. And now you have some pieces ready to go. I'm gonna put some hot glue right here and then just glue it to the bottom with enough space so that the felt will cover the bottom of the cone. So I got the first row all finished. Alexa's pretty cute, it's wearing a little skirt. So now we just do the same thing on the next level, and you kind of overlap it a little bit. So you have it set like this, and then you just put your next pieces on top like that. So I got the majority of the cone done, and now comes the tricky part, which is the top long piece. And so you kind of glue it to the top there like that, and then you wrap it around the edges, the top of it, to make it into a point. So that was the only problem I had with doing this, was like, what do I do when I get to the tip? and I feel like using longer pieces, it's really helped to kind of cover up the top point of the tree. So it's been an hour and a half of me working on some trees, and I got 3 of them done. Let me show you. I've got 3 of my little trees done, but I have 2 left. I have a little one, and then I've got like I've got the big one left. I just wanted to show you where I'm gonna put them now, because when I actually finish the other 2 later tonight, it'll be too dark and I won't have good lighting. So I wanted to show you how they look on the piano. So I'm gonna grab these 4. I made 4 of them. Ooh. Lens flare. I made 4 of these really cute trees, and they're gonna go right on top of my piano. This is the setup that I want to mirror on the other side of the piano. I have 2 mediums on either side, a large in the back and then a small in the middle. So I have one of the mediums done, one of the smalls done, and then I have to do the other medium and the large tonight. And then I have 2 little extras that are gonna go in the back. Those are the trees, and I think they turned out really, really great. I think they turned out awesome. So yeah, those are the 3 crafts that I did, and I thought it would be kind of fun to lump all of those together, since that's what I've been doing for the past couple of days, has been those crafts. Ones that were the most expensive to make was definitely the bauble wreath. The bauble wreath was by far the most expensive, just because I had to get so many of those stupid baubles, because I think I picked too large of a wreath base. Had I picked a smaller wreath base, it wouldn't have been a problem, but since I've got like the largest one, it definitely became a problem. That one is definitely the cheapest, because I already had the wreath, I already had the felt. All I had to buy were those little trees, which were like 50 cents over at Walmart. So really, really cute. So I think they all turned out really, really well, and I love doing crafts for Christmas. So that's gonna be kind of it. I just wanted to do a short little vlog / DIY thing with all the Christmas crafts that I'm doing, but there's plenty more to come. Make sure and stick around, because like I said, we're not really doing like consistent vlogs. I think I'm gonna keep them more like episodes where we have like a subject matter. I think that's what I kind of want to do with this. It may end up being more like the 12 days of Christmas and less of a daily vlog thing. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna have time for and what I want to do. So I'm just gonna kind of approach the Vlogmas as like little mini episodes of things that are happening around the house. These aren't gonna be daily vlogs, unfortunately. I think it's just too much if I try to do daily vlogs. I'm gonna end this for today. We've gotta get ready for dinner and such, but I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.